Hey everybody, GravyTrain here with another episode of GravyTraining. This is a special episode. So, earlier this week, the devs saw fit to put me into the group MFG, which is the Meta Feedback Group, which is a tool or a group of people that the devs use for direct feedback on game mechanics and heroes and things like that. And one of the things that does give members access to is the test server. So what I am about to show you, just to be very, very absolutely upfront, this is the test server. This is not my account. I am getting nothing given to me for free. This is purely my account replicated over to the test server. So I will have to go through the process of getting this hero and getting it started and leveled up and all that stuff. Just like everybody else, this is here so that it is a kind of quick early view of the hero, so that people know what they'd be getting into straight out of the gate. I have to say, this new hero is gross. When Jin first came out, a lot of people, at least in my guild, there was people that were like, oh, blah, 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 it's not going to be all that awesome. 6 months later, it's like Jin is clearly one of the best heroes in the game and has completely changed the meta. My prediction is that this hero is going to kind of do the same thing, at least in its current form. Now, I am on the test server. There may be some things that come out slightly different between this version that I'm seeing here and the live version, and I have made a lot of recommendations. So the devs will have read through it and are considering all the feedback and all that kind of stuff. So, what you see, this is an early preview of this hero that may already technically be released by the time this video goes live. So I mean, it probably will be released when the hero goes live, but at the time of recording, this may be slightly different than what ends up going public. Personally, I hope it does just a little bit, but I've done everything I could to try to make sure that the hero that comes out is balanced, and I do trust the devs to make good decisions on that and that kind of thing. So, without further preamble, whoops! And I'm sitting here trying to click on my OBS screen, which doesn't do very much for the game. So, let's get to it. So the new hero, and yes, I am going to the Legendary tab. Yes, I understand that the last thing that anybody wanted to see was another Legendary hero. I have definitely passed that feedback along. So hopefully, maybe the next hero that comes along won't be Legendary. I've also given other feedback regarding Ascension requirements and that kind of stuff too. So yes, it's Legendary. Yes, it's going to be difficult to get. Yes, very few people are going to have this hero early on. And while heroes like Archon are awesome, not everybody really pushed for it because they're not awesome enough to really be that driver to put in the effort for it. This hero is another story entirely. So it's Reyla, the Lightbringer. She is a fast elf warrior. Yes, I said elf. OMG! It's an elf warrior. She is legendary. Does not currently have an epic. So, I have just for reference, not that, I mean, the runes, I rune her very heavy on the offense side. She's got warrior runes for extra attack chance. The hero rune, so attack, damage reduction. Hero rune for damage penetration, high attack. Another warrior rune for attack, defense, extra attack. And then I went with a cargo rune just because I know this PvE thing sucks. but the attack here offsets it. And I didn't have, I mean, I could, as a matter of fact, what I'll do, well, see, I don't want to take my Unbreakable Heart runes off of the other heroes. So yeah, I'm going to keep the Cargill rune on her, because I'm going to be testing this, because this is the test account. There is a facility where I can set up a defending team and an attacking team, and show and test the heroes and all that. It uses my runes, so if I change the runes, then it's going to invalidate the teams that I'm kind of going against. So those are the runes that I'm using, and the abilities. So she's an elf. She has Elven Grace. This hero is an elf and takes significantly less damage from crits, and deals 2x damage to flying enemies. So, Iris, Furno, Agnon, like, there's other enemies that are going to be flying. Solaris, that kind of thing. She is fast, attacks first. Bright Aura. So, I mean, when I was looking at this hero and I first saw the stats of the hero, or the passives on the hero, I got to the end of the passives, and my feedback to the group was immediately, this hero's an S, before even getting into the other abilities. So, Bright Aura. Other allies' ranged physical attacks have a chance to blind on hit. So, speaking synergies and things like that, what does that mean? So, Deadeye has his ability where ranged physical attacks of allies have a chance to purge a buff. This hero and Deadeye are almost a no-brainer gimme to be working together. So that means that every ranged physical attack is going to have a chance to remove a buff and have a chance to blind, which blind is attack and defense reduction. Strong. Very, very strong. And they will both trigger, I mean, there's a whole slew of things like that. So you're going to be doing attack and defense debuffs on every single hit by this hero and the other, which by itself isn't necessarily that bad until you see all the other abilities and the combinations of stuff going on. Darting Defense. So this is like a nice solid ability. Ranged allies take 25% reduced damage from basic and epic attacks. So this hero is all about ranged heroes, specifically ranged physical heroes, but any ranged hero. So this means that all the epic procs and things like that, you're going to be taking 25% less damage from them. Exceptional Arsenal. So those enabler runes that give you 25% chance to do an epic attack, you get 20% automatically from all allies, for all allies. So if you have 2 runes on, say, Shade, he has an 80% chance to get an epic proc. On a team with Raela, it's a 100% chance for an epic proc. Or Ponti becomes a 100% chance for an epic attack. Like, wow. Built-in enabler for the entire team. That is strong. And then this one. And this is where it gets borderline silly. And I don't want to let my own bias weigh in on this. So I'm not going to give opinions on this. I'm just going to tell you what the ability does and show you what the ability does and let you weigh in. So all allies start with 2 stacks of command. Whenever this hero uses a special ability, all ranged allies with a stack of command perform that same ability on a random enemy. The first ability matches with the first ability, second with the second. So it's like just like how Jabber follows Gibber or Rogar follows Dagon, or even, I mean, it's different than the trigger with Abby and Baylog, but where the one hero follows with a the same slot power. They will follow all of them that are ranged heroes that have a command token. So really, per battle, this will happen 2 times. Or up to 2 times. So there is at least that. It's limited to 2. Because right now, I didn't see a way for that to get replenished. So 2 times, you wouldn't want any more. Although the battles probably won't go long enough to have more than 2. The all heroes that are ranged will follow up with the same slot attack. So she does her first ability, which we'll get to in a minute. And every other ranged hero will do their first ability. A difference in the mechanic here, and this, as the game currently is, this is different than the behavior of, like, the Jabber Jibber or the Dagon Rogar. It is different than the game currently is. It doesn't trigger the cooldown for those abilities for the other heroes. So she goes first. She triggers her S1. All the other heroes will trigger their S1, and then it gets to their turn. They still have their S1 up. So she goes. Deadeye goes. You can see where I'm going with this. She makes everybody follow up with the S1 attack. Deadeye makes everybody follow up him with a basic attack. And so on, and so on, and so on. So, yeah, so that is all of her passive abilities. Let's get to the actives. So, Bright Shot. So, one of the other things. So, Bright Shot is, and what was it? She has a... other allies have a chance to blind on hit. Her basic attack has a 100% base chance to blind for a basic attack. Yep. I know you're thinking it. So, it's pretty powerful, especially for a basic attack. Hail of Arrows. All of this is just pain. All of it is pain. Ranged physical attack on all enemies for 2340 base damage, applying off balance and purging all buffs. Off balance is a strongly increased chance to miss on attacks. Obviously not for dwarves or anybody with like true striking, but off balance and purges all buffs on hit. Taunt, Guardian, like stealth, evasion, like everything. As long as she hits, purges all buffs. And then triggers a follow-up of everybody's second ability on all this newly, completely naked heroes. So, pretty darn good. And then finally, Ambush Tactics is a ranged physical attack on target enemy for 3640 base damage. All ranged allies attack the same target and then gain stealth and invulnerable for a turn. Stealth is going to be damage reduction. Invulnerable is going to... I was thinking that it was like making them immune to taking damage. It's not. If they're actually immune to being debuffed for a turn. And the ability starts powered. So this is the one that I have the biggest problem with. So she attacks. She attacks a target. That target takes damage. All of your ranged allies then attack that target. And then gain stealth and invulnerable for the turn. And then they all trigger their S3s and attack a random target with their S3s, which can then trigger follow-ups and all that stuff. So this is the one that literally I mean, a strong hero is awesome. And this is just my opinion. A strong hero is awesome. This is bordering on too much, if not a bit on the other side of too much. And that feedback has been given. And they will decide. I mean, if the goal is to completely change the meta, then so be it. So, and that I'm not criticizing whatever decision they make. It's what it is. I think it's too powerful, but we shall see. And by we shall see, let's go take a look. So, again, this is the test server. So you will not have this capability. This is purely, since there's no raids, I can't just go raid anybody on the test server because there's no people there. I can configure any set of defenders. Right now, this set of defenders is strong. I'm going to go ahead and keep. Matter of fact, no, we'll go. We've already got Cross. Yeah, we'll throw Ponty in here. A lot of times, this would be Jin or somebody else. Just for this turn, at least, I'm going to make it Ponty. Actually, I'm going to make it Agnon. And because I want to demonstrate, like, dealing with the silencer without having silence. I can always put Craw in on this side, but... And this is not the team that was quite as strong. So we are going to go her and him and Therend and Ponty. Now, once I get this hero, and you know that I will get the hero, this will end up probably being my team. This is beyond grotesque. The fact that two of the heroes are fast, too, means that I can have Furnace or Lily or somebody dead before it even matters, and she purges buffs, so she'll purge Lily's taunt, which means this whole trap goes away. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Hail of Arrows. Taunt is gone, so Furnace will now not energy drain. All the follow-up attacks. Alright, Kraw's already dead. Agnon is already dead from the first ability. Now, we'll use Bring It Down from Deadeye. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Oh, it looks like... Alright, well, looks like we broke the game again. So, can I retreat? I can retreat. This is, and I'm going to definitely, the devs will be seeing this before that goes live. So hopefully that'll be fixed before launch. So we'll try that. Again, we'll see if it reproduces the error. And this is the test server. That's why we test things. I've already reported a few other things that the devs are fixing. So this is why this happens. Don't worry about this stuff getting out into the live game. Oh, yeah, I have to actually select my attackers. Therend has been a problem on this team in general. Like, there's some other points where Therend kind of crashes stuff, so... It might be that Therend is the problem, or Therend with Ponty. So, let's do this again. Should end up with pretty much the same result. Yep, pretty much the same result. I am actually going to solar shot him instead, so he can't do his ability either way. Do my epic attack. Because he has a 100% chance to epic rock. Now, we'll use ambush tactics, and we're going to obliterate Lily. Oh boy, and we'll do it again. And I managed to somehow lose that, which is especially funny. Only I could be going to prove a point about how OP something is and then lose the battle. That's the first time I've lost a battle with that team. And I think it's because I did something wrong. I was using Jin before, so whoops, yeah. Let's try this with Jin on the offense, because Jin is really the ultimate... whoops, no, I don't want to do that. We'll just change him out for Jin. Now I'll show you how ridiculously over the top it is. You could probably put Ponty in instead of Therend, I think. Like, seriously, I'd done so much testing and hadn't lost with that team. Apparently RNG can get you. Yeah, so now it's even worse than it was before. I'll just bring it down on him. Solar shot, so she doesn't get evasion. Basic attack. I'll do the silence. She's also blinded on top of everything else. Oh, what's her name is dead, that's why. Keep her from getting healed. They might have made some of the changes that I recommended to her since I'd done my testing before. Because she's not quite as strong as she was. That's my guess. Because I haven't done any more testing with this since last night. So I think they might have tweaked some of that, which is honestly is really good. Like, she was so strong. So I'm going to change this out. I'm going to go ahead and put Jin in, which might be enough to make this more viable or more challenged. So we'll see. But yeah, if they tweaked her, made some of the changes. I don't think they made changes to the mechanics necessarily, but I think they may have tweaked the stats a little bit. Which, if it balances the hero, that's absolutely fine. Because you kind of get the best of both. You get the ability for the hero to do crazy stuff, but it's not too overpowered. And I have great runes. You guys know what my runes are, so I have great runes on these heroes. I want to get rid of that damage shield, so I am going to do bring it down on her. And it didn't purge the buff. Alright. Get a stack of foresight here. Alright, now just opening up full throttle. And finishing off Jin. Not a single loss that time. So yeah, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that this hero does. You haven't seen the crazy flurry of attacks yet. We're going to do one more. I want to show you guys something really gross. So that's the offense. I have to keep Craw, I have to keep Jin, so I'm actually going to remove Deadeye, and I'm going to put Shade in. And watch what happens with Shade. Shade isn't going to have quite the same synergy because you're removing the other person that has ranged physical attacks. So, but this attack will trigger clear the buff, the taunt, and Shade would have done Haunted Past. That's all for free. Alright, so that's one guy down. Now Shade's turn. I'm going to go ahead and lifelink Jin. I'm going to do Foresight. Oh, well that's no good. My Jin is too goddamn strong. Alright. My Jin has 24,000, almost 25,000 attack. So, you are unfortunately going to get that kind of thing. I'm going to paralyze. Allies gaining energy. We're going to gain energy like mad here. And now it'll be a hit or miss because of the... Oh, she doesn't have the evasion anymore, at least. And I don't want her to get evasion, so I'm going to cast Calm Before. And now I'm going to cast Chain Lightning. So, you didn't get to see the fun part. I'm going to remove Jin from that side and just demonstrate the fun part with Shade. So let's just put in... let's put in... We'll put in Ponty over here. That's fine. And we got this. So I'm actually going to lead... Well... It'll be on a random enemy, yeah. Actually, I'm going to lead with this one. Hopefully she survives to round 2. I'm just going to Haunted Past again. Notice that I use that ability, but the cooldown is gone. Or is still there, sorry. Alright. Alright, so here it is. Ambush tactics on Lily. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah, totally non-influenced, anything like that. I just possessed a random dead hero with Craw. Or with Shade. So, I mean, just wow. So now I have 2 Craws sitting here side by side. We're going to have Foresight for days. I don't even know which one's attacking now. God, and when they both die, they're both going to give the other buff too. Yeah, that right there would have been death with all of these guys. So, yeah. That is a sneak peek into the new hero that will be releasing soon. Probably by the time this is aired, it will be releasing. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. This is going to be one of those that you really are going to want to get. I hope that it is achievable for as many people as possible. Yeah, that's about all I can say. It's a cool hero, bordering on OP, but hopefully it'll be tweaked and balanced just a tad, and then be fine. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do all that YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, that's it. Have a good one, everybody.